Okay, I'm just doing a little video to help you with clip 510. It's the second clip on finding sides using trigonometry. Before doing this clip, you should have also looked at 509 and 508. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when getting this question is I'm going to write on all of the bits of information that I've been given in the question. So I'm going to write that on the diagram. So x is 8.1. Theta is 23 and BC is what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to figure out what BC is. Okay, the next step is I'm going to label this for trigonometry. Okay, so opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. So we'll write H. Opposite the angle I've been given is O. So we're going to put an O there. And that means that the one I've got left, the one next to the angle I've been given, is the adjacent. Right, next step is to write down the word that reminds us of the three ratios. So I'm going to write down SOHCAHTOA. And when I write the word down, I always write it in these little triangles. And that reminds me that for each of the ratios, so for sine, the formula is opposite over hypotenuse. For cosine, it's adjacent over hypotenuse. And for tangent, it's opposite over adjacent. So I've got to figure out which of these I'm going to use. Well, first of all, I'm trying to find the adjacent, so I need a ratio that's got the adjacent in. I've been given the value of the opposite. So I know I've got O, and because I've got an angle, it means I can work out the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. So the ratio that's got all three things ticked is the tangent. So I'm going to use the tangent to find out what the line BC is. So let's write out the formula again. So tan theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, O over A. So let's substitute those values in. So I know that tan 23 is equal to 8.1 divided by the adjacent. Okay, now I think it's here where things get a little bit tricky, because what I'm looking for is the denominator of a fraction. So the subject, what I want to get on its own, is A, and that's in the denominator of the fraction. So first of all, I've got to get rid of that A from the denominator. And I do that by multiplying both sides by A. So I end up with A is A times by tan 23 is now equal to 8.1. Okay, because I'm trying to get A on its own, and A is now multiplying tan 23, and now divide by tan 23. Okay, so I end up with A is equal to 8.1 divided by tan 23. Okay, so we just type that into the calculator, making sure the calculator is in degrees. We do 8.1 divided by tan 23. Let's close the bracket there just to make sure. Press equals, and I end up with 19.0824. I want the answer to three significant figures. So that means that 0 is in the third significant figure. I look to the right and it's an 8. So that means I need to round that 0 up. So I end up with an answer of 19.1 meters. Okay.